what would you ask him?
How long would he have kept me? He wouldn't have released me, surely.
Mental wellness can be a tricky subject to tackle in our busy lives, which is why our partners at Isuzu UK have launched a campaign to get people talking. Research shows 52% of people would rather have a difficult or emotional talk without making eye contact, with 1 in 8 Brits actually preferring to use a vehicle to have those conversations. Which is why today we're picking up non-league footballer Josh Coulson to talk side by side about how mental wellness plays a role in football.
Josh, thanks for joining us as part of Isuzu's campaign around mental wellness. First and foremost, mate, how are you?
All good, mate, thank you. Yeah, it's still going.
This is your 18th season as a pro. How do you deal with the pressures in professional football?
I think home life, family, friends. I think when I have to cross the white line, I'm very serious. But I think if you know me and you've been around me, I'm quite a bit of a joker and I like to have a bit of fun. Game's so serious, but why can't you enjoy it whilst you're doing it?
So was it more difficult to deal with the pressures coming through as a youngster?
Yeah, I think so. You've got to obviously find your feet. As an experienced player now, seeing young lads come through, it is totally different to when I was a young lad coming through. But you've still got to try and prove yourself and try and fit in. It's a very male-dominated sport. You know what males can be like. I love being part of teams that get on really well, and most successful teams that I've played in have all got on really well off the pitch. Sort of just accepted each other as a group and as a person.
Could you speak openly with your teammates about mental wellness?
I think now I could, because I think I'm a bit, not brave is probably the wrong word, but I found friendships in football where I could speak to them quite openly. I'm at Kings Lynn now. I think we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 lads that I feel that comfortable around that I could. I've got Greg Taylor playing with me, who I was playing with about 15 years ago. So yeah, I feel like I could speak to them about mental stuff, and if I was struggling a bit, definitely.
Throughout your career, you've been a skipper at many clubs. Did you feel responsible for checking in on your teammates?
As a captain, I think you do have a responsibility to try and check in on your teammates, and I'm that type of captain and person that I'd like to think most of my teammates could come to me and just say, look, I'm struggling with this, or I've got this going on, can you help? Managers saying my door's always open, my phone's always on, and I like to think I'm there for anyone.
And where do those conversations take place? Does it happen on the team coach when you're side by side, or are you in the changing room?
If you get someone, I don't know if you sat next to someone on a bus or you're having a coffee in the morning with someone on their own. Around a group, a lot of people put on a face, but I think one-to-one you get quite intimate and you can sort of really pick up on a few signs.
During your spell at Leyton Orient, you experienced the very sad and sudden passing of Justin Edinburgh. How did the players rally behind each other during that difficult period?
Being together, I think, was the biggest thing for me. When we heard the news, I was actually in America at the chairman's house with Craig Clay, Ross Embleton, who was the assistant manager, Martin Ling, director of football. I was with them guys who were going through the same thing, so we sort of really got together and we had to look after each other really, and it was a very difficult time. Justin Edinburgh was the type of guy, his whole team was family, everything was about family, so all our families were really close, and as a group I've never been in a close-knit team like that. So I think all families together was massive. I think we'd done a lot of things for Justin, tributes and even a funeral and stuff like that. We were all together, and I found it really helped crying with another teammate and being there for them. And one might have been stronger than the other, but we were all there for each other, crying on each other's shoulders. And I remember the first game of the season against Cheltenham was tough. We'd done obviously minute silence and applause for Justin, and I remember just looking down the line and all of us crying, thinking, hold on, we've got to go and play a game in a sec. Like, we actually won the game, and Josh Wright, who was actually Justin's signing, scored. It was sort of meant to be, and memories have been made and relationships have been made from that will live with me forever. And it still gets me now, even now on anniversaries and little things, birthdays and stuff, it does get you.
But that's just a sign of how much he influenced your life.
Definitely.
Not just on the pitch, but also off it.
Off the pitch, he might look at me and think, what are you on about? But he was such a good manager because of how he dealt with people off the pitch. On the pitch, he just got a good group together. I think that sort of took care of himself, but he was such a good manager. He would do anything for you. He made you feel like you would run through a brick wall for him. I know that's another cliche thing, but for me, best manager I've ever had, not just because of what happened, but the way he made me feel and going onto the pitch. I think I really sort of come into myself at Leyton Orient because of him.
Footballers' careers are very short on the pitch. How are you feeling about life after football?
Nervous. Over the last couple of years, I've built up my own coaching business where I coach young kids in Newmarket, and I do after school clubs, holiday camps and stuff like that, and one-to-one sessions and all that, just to, I don't know, give back a little bit. I quite enjoy it. Doing the one-to-ones, I had a lad it was at Cambridge Academy, he got released, and the way I can talk to his parents, I feel like I've been through it, so I can help. And I'm now, obviously, I think this might be my last year, especially full-time. I'm looking to get my own facility and where I can really sort of kick on and coach as many kids as possible. Not just coaching football, again, looking after them, getting them off the street. I've been in the game for so long, and it's given me so many good memories and met so many good people that I don't want to just throw football in.
With the career that you've had and the experiences that you've gone through, what would be your advice to players coming through about mental wellness in sport?
Try and enjoy it as much as you can. I've been so lucky with how long I've been in the game. You don't often see a lot of players play till 35. So try and enjoy it and express yourself and be yourself. Football now is for everyone, and you see so many different characters. For me, I like the ones that just enjoy it and be themselves and show a bit of respect and just want to play football and really enjoy it.
If you could pick anyone to be sat side by side in a vehicle like we are today to have a conversation with, who would it be?
I think we spoke about him, Justin, again, probably because of what's happened. I had 2 years with him and I felt it was cut short. As a football club, we would have kicked on, and as a human, I would have kicked on as well, and I played my best football under him, so definitely Justin Edinburgh.
What would you ask him?
Does he? Oh, yeah. How long would he have kept me? He wouldn't have released me, surely. I genuinely would love just to know what his plans were for us going forward. I think as a team we were really good and got in really good characters. So just where would we have gone would have been probably the best question, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Anytime, mate.
Thanks for sharing. If you want to get a conversation started with your mates, head to isuzu.co.uk and download a pack of conversation cards.